There you go. That is the floor from my studio, outside my studio. Hello, I'm Gavin Hoey and you're watching Adorama TV, brought to you by Adorama, the camera store that's got everything for us photographers. And in this video, I'm having a look back because, believe it or not, it's been 10 years since my very first Adorama TV video, which was a wall, a single flash, and a model. So I'm going to have a look at 3 ways that whole setup has improved and several ways in which is basically exactly the same. So whilst I'm getting a few things ready, you should be clicking on the subscribe button and the bell icon so you never miss a video right here on Adorama TV. So let's get a light set, let's get a model in, let's get shooting. To help me out today, I've got the awesome Jade. Jade's going to be the model for this shoot, and the first thing you'll notice is where we're located. So this is the outside wall of my studio. It's white, where in my original video it was a dark red. That is going to make a difference as we go along, but we put Jade in the shade. Now that's both good news for Jade and also good news for the photography. But the first question is the ambient light good enough? Because if it is, don't worry about flash. Let's find out. Spoiler alert, it's not. Okay, Jade, here we go, quick little test photo. And the answer is exactly what I expected. Nice, flat, even, not particularly interesting lighting. One thing that hasn't changed is the need to take control of the ambient light. So I'm going to switch from aperture priority mode to full manual mode. I'll go with the same ISO as I did last time, 100 ISO. My flash sync speed, well, that actually changed over the years. It's now a little bit shorter than it used to be, 250th of a second. And then there's the aperture. Now this is the one I don't really know because I'm going to use that to underexpose the scene. And because this is a white wall rather than a dark red wall, I'm going to go for maybe 3 or 4 stops underexposed. Let's have a little look and see what we get. And I'm really looking maybe F11 is just 3 and a bit stops under. Let's take a test shot, see what we get. I can still see a little bit of Jade. It's not completely black, that's fine. But there's plenty of shadow there that I can light with flash. The first really big change has to be the flash. So I'm using this off-camera flash today, but 10 years ago, I had the choice really of one speed light because that's what you could use off-camera in a remote location with no power. This is the Flashpoint XPLOR300. It is more powerful than the speed light. It costs less than the speed light, and it has an awful lot more attachments that I can put on. So this is going to come over to the side, just like before. I'm going to pop it over here like that. And then the most important tip I gave 10 years ago is still valid now. Set everything up before you put your flash up in the air. That includes my favorite thing to forget, turning the flash on. So I'll turn the flash on, I'll give it a bit of an angle like that, and then we're going to fly it nice and high in front of Jade like this. So Jade, I'm just going to pop this under your chin, pointing at the light. Perfect. So last time I was using high-speed sync flash and TTL flash, both perfectly fine, but nowadays I prefer manual flash. When you have a situation like this where Jade's not really moving and the light's not really moving, manual flash gives me much more consistency. So let's see what we get. I've made the flash match my camera, and that gives us a great result as far as light goes. But as you can see, we just need to ask Jade to look towards the light. I actually didn't need to ask Jade to look towards the light. She knew automatically. She's an experienced model. That makes a massive difference. So, okay, Jade, here we go. So now we've got light in Jade's eyes. It looks good, but just like before, I think we can make this a bit more dramatic. This is a grid. It's actually a 30-degree grid, I think, although the sticker fell off some years ago. This is going to help me to push the light in one direction, make it a bit more dramatic. It works in a similar way to zooming the speed light did 10 years ago. This flash doesn't have that zoom function, so this is the best I can do, and honestly, works just fine. So it is going to affect the light output, but so is adding the big reflector. So although I've put a light modifier that blocks a bit of light, the grid, the light reflector should maximize the light output. I've actually no idea what exposure I'm going to get. So Jade, I'm going to pop this near your chin, pointing it at the light. And amazingly, they've cancelled each other out because I'm back to F11 again. That's perfect. Okay, let's take a test shot, see how this looks. Okay, Jade, here we go. and the end result is way more dramatic. That looks really good. We've got light coming down, got a little bit of drama going on there. I like that. So everything is set up. Let's take a few photos like this. Jade, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. 10 years ago, my transmitter was using optical technology, which was okay, but today I'm using wireless radio transmitters, and you'll find links to all of the kit I'm using in the video description below. You might think that not having a zoom on my flash is a bit of a downside, but actually zooming the old speed light would often give me random patches of light. With a grid and a reflector, I get a much smoother light, but I still get the thin, controlled beam of light that I'm looking for. Another big change that's happened over the years is the choice and access that I have to light modifiers. I mean, previously, 10 years ago, the speed light, well, you could use that and pretty much anything you could strap to it. But now I have a whole bunch of different things I can use, like this strip box. I still get that thin, controlled area of light, but it's a very different type of light, and I can put it in different positions. So I've put the light in nice and close to Jade with the strip box, and you might also notice a sandbag, which I'm not sure I used 10 years ago. I've also changed lenses, because that's another thing that's changed. Lots of lenses are available now that I didn't have back then. I've got the Olympus 45mm f1.2, and I'd like to use it fairly wide open, f1.4 for example. Now I can't just dial in f1.4 because I'll overexpose the whole picture and it would look really bad. So I need to increase my shutter speed to counteract that wide aperture. Now that's really easy to do. I just literally press a button and now I can go past my flash sync speed and I can choose, I actually don't know, let's maybe make it 4,000th of a second. I'll turn the flash transmitter off just for a second, take a test shot. Okay Jade, here we go. I'm going to include the background with this, so I don't want to go as underexposed as I was before, so 2 stops underexposed is what I'm seeing, and that looks pretty good. So now it's just a matter of working out the flash power. I can't use my flash meter for this. I could use TTL, but again, I like to use manual. I'm going to guess quarter power. Let's see how this looks. Okay Jade, here we go. And that looks just a little bit on the bright side, maybe a couple of stops. Let's bring it down to 1/16th power. Okay Jade, little test photo, here we go. And that feels much better balanced with the background lighting and the lighting on Jade. Yeah, I like that. Let's take a few shots like this. My third big change is working with experienced models such as Jade, and I can't explain enough how much of a difference that can make to your photography. And whilst it's not on my list, I can't overlook the fact that I'm definitely 10 years older, possibly a little bit wiser, and maybe a little bit better photographer, but really that's for others to judge. And there you go, it may be 10 years since we did a similar shoot, but a few things have changed, not just me going a little bit older and greyer. The technology has definitely made life a lot easier, but some things haven't changed at all. I still need to remember to take control of the ambient light. I still need post-processing to really bring out the maximum from the individual images. And I still need to remember to actually turn the flash on and set it up at ground level, not when it's way up in the air. That last one is a bit of a struggle, to be honest, but I'm getting there. Now, if you've enjoyed this video or you've got any questions, leave me a comment down below. Click on the bell icon and you'll never miss a video right here on Adorama TV, and we have new videos pretty much every single day. And of course, remember to click on that subscribe button. I'm Gavin Hoey. Thanks for watching.